everyone, my name is Ava. Welcome to my channel, Luna Vika Designs. Today's design hack is to make this beautiful earring. I call it Bird of Paradise. I was inspired by the flower Bird of Paradise on the road I walk to my hiking trail a few times a week. I thought it would be a great idea to make a pair of earrings like this. The materials needed for this project are 16 gauge wire, 18 gauge wire, 20 gauge wire, 24 gauge wire, and some beads, 4 millimeter bicone, 4 by 13 millimeter tube, or you can choose whatever beads you like. The essential tools needed for this project are 3 steps bell shaping plier, 6 steps bell shaping plier, flat nose plier, chain nose plier, nylon jaw plier, flush cutter, tracing hammer, bench block, and some 1.2 millimeter needles. If you don't have it, you can use 16 gauge wire instead. We cut a piece of wire about 5 inches long, and we use our 6 steps bell making plier, the third step 4 millimeter on mine, and make a loop. Make sure this end is a flush cut. And you get something like this. And now I'm using my nylon jaw plier and to make an open spiral, but only make a half of it, not a full open spiral, but half. And you put this wire against your finger here and hold it firm and start coiling or spiraling. Take your time. So about half of it, and then we stop. And now we use our 3 steps bell making plier, and the first step, which is a 13 millimeter, and we place this wire, the spiral away from us, hold it firm, and start rolling. And cross over this top bar. Make sure don't make it so tight, otherwise it will be very difficult to take it off. So when this wire meet here, then we can take it off from the plier. Then you get something like this. So if you don't have this 3 steps bell making plier, that's okay. We have some other trick that you can achieve the same result like this. I call it egg shape. It's the bird type of a head. So you can use your rubber band, bond 2 different sizes of rods, your round mandrel together. And this one is about 30 millimeter round, inner diameter. And this smaller one, it's about 6 millimeter. So you use your rubber band and then bond them together, and you place your wire in between here. Just take it like a 3 steps bell making plier, then you can achieve the same result like this. Okay, so now what we need to do is to straight up this part. This is the bird eye right here. And straighten up like this. Can open up a little bit and then so easier to do it. Take your time and shape to the result that you are happy with. Something like this, that's what you will get. Since we want to make a pair of earrings, so we want to make sure it's a similar size. And you see here, it's not round enough. So we can fix that. We just put this back in and squeeze. See? You just squeeze it. And now it looks better. Okay, and this is what we get. And next, we hammering this bottom part, texture, and also this bird bill. And I keep it this length for now because it's easier for me to hold on to when I'm hammering the bottom part. And I'm sorry it's going to be loud. So since I want it to be a little bit flatter, and my hammer is strike down and move away from me. Strike down and move away from me. That's how you get your flatter shape. So pretty similar, and then we use this dip to make a little bit texture. I'm doing both sides because the earrings, so front and back, both might be seen the back when you wear it. So I want to both sides have a little texture. And for the bill, and we cut it first. Don't worry about right now. You can continually shape a little bit, make it similar size. I'm going to just eyeball it. About here. The bill I'm going to hammer this way. So I open up a little bit and place like this. I want this way as flat. Just hammer about probably less than ½ inch. See, once you hammer and the wire will expand, and we need to cut it off. We cut a piece of 24 gauge wire about 16 inches long and start making this Corolla part. We want to make sure and these two mirror each other. So the bird bill will face this way. We anchor this wire first. We do it twice. Like this. We leave about 3 inches tail so we can add a bead later on. And now we bond this wire and this wire together. Just take your time, no rush. Make sure no kink. You can use your fingernail to squeeze them together. And then next, we wrap all three together. Like this. And twice. Okay. And now we need to add a needle, 1.2 milliliter needle. If you don't have it, you can use a 16 gauge wire. And we wrap all 4 wires together. Same. Twice. And we add 1 more needle. Imagine we are going up hills. So that's why we place a needle like this. And then we wrap all wires and needles together. And twice. Make sure no kink, otherwise the wire will break. Okay, like this. Okay, now we need to move the needle to horizontal. It's just like we go up heels and now we're on the peak of the heels, the top of the heels. And we add a last needle and wrap all together in order to make the peak of the Corolla here. So hold on all the wire and needle firmly, and then wrap a twice. Don't need to don't worry about the shape or like a little messy here right now because we can shape it later. So I'm straighten my wire a little bit. Here a little short, so be careful. We want to include it. And you can see this needle and this wire might not be exactly line up one next to each other, but it's okay because the whole purpose here is to make sure this peak part of the Corolla is just higher than of the rest. Then you are fine. Okay, so now we need to go downhills. So we need to move all the needles this way. It's like going downhill, like this way. And we can hold on, shape a little bit, and we need to start going downhills. I should put back here, so make sure this side is shorter so we can easily do it. And we need to go in between top first, top 1 and top 2. Go in between here. Do not remove the top needle right now because it will be easily to be distorted. So the top needle keep here right now is to help you keep the Corolla shape. Same, we do it twice. It's a little messy right now, but I promise we can shape it and become beautiful. And now we can remove the top needle and continuously go downhill. Oops. Should be going in between here, like this. We keep this needle here in order to help us to keep the shape. Then we can remove this top needle. And just one needle left. And continuously go downhill this way. Then go in between and wrap this two wire together. So the needle right now here is just helping us to keep the shape. Otherwise, this wrap will be very easily to distort it. Oops. Okay. And we can remove the needle. So, see. We're going to shape this Corolla, so don't worry about that. The shape, it's a little messy. And we need to go in between these two and finishing up. I like to use my flannel plier to tighten it. And this is what we get. We need to add more wrap to get ready for our bird eye. I want to wrap 4 times. So you see here, 4 wraps. Okay. And now we add this 4mm bicone. We want it to sit here, raised up. Like this. So this side we have 4 wraps, and this side I wrapped twice. So I need to use this wire with the bicone and wrap 2 more times to match the other side. I just use my fingernail to push them together. So this is what you have. And then we cut off the tails. And use our needle chain nose plier or chain nose plier just to squeeze it down. Make sure no scratch. Then we started shaping this Corolla. I'm using my flat nose plier, just bend it over. One by one. Take your time and gently bend it because we don't want to break our wires at this time. Almost finished. So you can make it open up a little bit, make it more like the Corolla shape. And you just shape it to the way you're happy about it, you are satisfied. And similar to the other side, I think mine is good enough. It's not going to be identical because it's a handmade jewelry, and also make it looks more like a natural and just as close as possible. And I think it's good enough. We are making the bird legs here now. Well, my bird has 3 legs. We're artists, so full of imagination. Okay, I have some 20 gauge scrap wire. I'm going to use it to make it. And this part is super easy. I use my 6 steps bale making plier. In the first step, 2 milliliter. Start with a loop. Okay, you get something like this. And pop on a bead. So I want this side, the loop also facing the same way for this design. So I bend it, use my nail push here. I just bend it this way, like this. And I use my tool to measure the tail I need to leave on. So, like this. This is supposed to be like a 1 centimeter. And then using my first step, a 2 milliliter, making another loop. Oops. Let's make one more. It's a little open, and we just use a flat nose plier to close it out. Pop on our bead. Same, we face it this way, so we bend to the opposite end, like this. Use this bead against it to bend, so it's easier. Use the 2 measure, so use this part of length. That's what you want to keep. It's about 10 milliliter, 1 centimeter. And same, use a 2 milliliter first step to loop it back until it touches. It's a little long, so we can fix it. Just cut off a little bit here. And put back on our mandrel plier and roll back, close it. So you see here, it's not that straight. Same, and come in our flat nose plier and the chain nose plier to adjust it, like this. Then we finished our second one. Then we just pull them on. You can use either side, just whatever you like. And make sure this is your front. The bird eye raised up. You see the back? The eye is like a sink in. So I like this side. And then so I put this way. So my loop facing that way, the open area here, or I don't know how to call it, and facing that way. So when you wear it, and then you will not see there's a seam here. So I want this like this. Okay, can do the second one. Open up, put it on. Make sure you close out here. I have a pre-made jump ring, 5 milliliter, and let's hook it up. Our final step is to make this open spiral ear hook. I like this hook a lot. I think it's a very unique, stylish, and the good part about it is you can just take it off like this, and you change the bottom part wherever the earring you make, and then just put it on. I think it's really good for traveling. So you just need one pair of ear hooks and change the earrings. You can bring few pairs, so would be lighter compared to bring every complete pair. You would need 20 gauge wire, about 4-inch. We use our 6 steps bell making plier. The first step, 2 milliliter, to make a loop first, like a P shape. And we come in our nylon jaw plier, continue to spiral, make an open spiral. Put the wire against your finger here. It will help you make the spiral in rounder shape. So we just keep spiraling. So the other side as a perimeter. And I'm going to just use my hand just to do the rest. Okay, so we need this little close. It will be easier when you make two together. Okay. Almost. Okay. This is what you have. And when you hammer, it will expand. Then we can adjust the shape to be as close as possible. Now let's hammer it. We lightly hammer it. We don't want it too flat. So that's why when I strike down my hammer, I'm not like a draw away from me. I just strike down. We just want to work hard on it to keep the shape and also has a nice texture to make the ear hook unique. So we don't need we don't need it to be very flat. So just slightly, gently strike down. So here, with the tall, we adjust it. This is what we have then. I think you can just use 3.5 inch. You don't need a 4-inch that long. So we can save some wire. I cut it a little too long, but always, well, it's good to have enough. Better than you short on wires when you work on it. So we cut it off here. So beautiful. I love this kind of open spiral hook very much. And we use our flat nose plier and then just bend up a little bit like this. I use my wire rounder to file the ends. I love this tool. If you don't have the wire rounder, you can use nail files or the wire files. And we just put it on. We made it. This is our today's design hack. Thank you for watching today's design hack. I hope you like it. This is my first tutorial type of a video. I'm a one-person role still trying to figure out filming. I really appreciate your patience your time, and your support. Let's hit the subscribe button to achieve first 1,000 subscribers. I cannot do it without your help. Please, let's grow this channel together. Thank you so much. See you next time.